knows how you come across somebody once in a while you shouldn't have messed with. That's me.
Well,
I am not an African American.
You're Oreo cookie, white in the inside and black on the outside.
I don't have an afro, I have an Amerifro.
Talking that idiotic stuff you talk about, I would slap you.
Go ahead, make my day.
Black as the ace of spades, but 100% American.
Heard around the world by everybody and their mama. The Jesse Lee Peterson Radio Show.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the third hour of the show already. I want to go back to Joe out of Philadelphia, first-time caller. Joe, you were speaking about the rally that I'm thinking of holding there for black on white violence and civil rights for all. And you say that, I'm sorry, repeat what you said about that.
My point is that, you know, there's much publicity on black on white violence, which is definitely a problem. But what about the white on black bad policies that are causing the problems?
Like what, for example?
All these great white liberals who say, okay, have children out of wedlock, keep having them. No big deal. There's nothing the matter with it. And no one calls it what it is. It's wrong. It's wrong. We've made the problem. We have to have the same set of ruls for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're white or black. Who made the
problem? Are you a liberal?
No, I'm conservative. I'm as conservative as they come.
When you say we made the problem, who made the problem?
The people who made the policies. 30 years ago, and maybe it's more like 50 years ago, please correct me if I'm wrong, the black family was basically intact. When it was intact, good things happened.
But now, Joe, you can't blame anyone else for the action of other adults. Black Americans were adults when they made that decision, and we've had 50 to 60 years to go by, and they, for whatever reason, have not decided to change their habits. They are relying on the generation from generation to generation. But this is a different thing I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that we're at a point now where black youth have been encouraged to kill white folks simply because they're white and they hate them. And so the rally would be about that.
Well, let me tell you this. The reason why these children or this youth are doing what they're doing is not because they're bad. It's because there's no leadership. There must be leadership.
Are you saying that good people kill people based on race?
I could tell you this. When I was younger, I did things inappropriately.
I know, but stay with me. Are you saying that these are good kids who are killing white people simply because they're white?
I'm saying that these kids need to be taught the right way.
Well, I know all that. You're right. They need family, but you didn't hear any of that at this.
So you're making this on a black and white issue. It's not. It's on a policies of bad liberalism versus decency.
I know,
it's not black on white. It doesn't matter if it was. Those same policies have affected the white race the same way. The white race is just breaking down the same exact way. It's not black on white. It's decency versus things that are not good.
Well, I do agree with you that it has everything to do with like a family, like a moral character, things like that. But the reality, it is blacks who are killing white people today. Do you see that?
Well, I think the bigger thing you could do if you want to have something that would be groundbreaking.
Stay with me just with that alone.
I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay, what do you agree with me about?
I agree that what is happening now is inappropriate. It's inappropriate.
What is happening?
Black on white violence.
And why are they doing it?
They're doing it to break down our society.
No, why are these black youth killing white people?
Because they're angry. They're angry.
And what are they angry about?
They're angry for not getting the opportunity that I got in my life.
No, that's not why they're angry. That's
I have
not
to disagree with you.
No, I'm telling you, I work with these folks, Joe. They're angry because they believe that white people hate them and is trying to hold them back. And they're angry because they have seen the older generation, the so-called civil rights leaders, get away with accusing white folks of being racist. And because these kids are angry due to the fact that they're coming from broken homes, they are killing whites based on race, not anything else?
They're doing their violence based on desperation.
No, they're
Give
fat.
them hope
Listen,
in
Joe.
life.
Listen,
give
Joe.
them hope, Jesse.
Joe, listen.
You give them hope. I don't care who you are, white, black, any color. Give a person hope, and they will, in most instances, do what is right.
Joe, if and again, you know, if you've known me for any length of time, for the last 23 years, I've been running a nonprofit organization where we're showing Black Americans how to get over the anger, finish school, start jobs, start businesses to get jobs and all that. They're doing well. But Joe, if white people were going around deliberately murdering white folks simply because, if white folks were going around deliberately murdering black people simply because of the color, would you be saying give them hope?
The reason why that's occurring is...
I know, but give me a yes or no first. Just stay with me on this. Would you be saying give them hope if white people were doing the same thing?
No, I would not.
So why are you being unfair then? Why don't you treat the blacks the same way you would treat the whites?
I will say this. I don't care who you are.
I know, but stay with me on that. Why would you not treat the black people in the same manner that you would treat the whites if whites were doing exactly what the blacks are doing?
I do think that in many instances, the black people have not had...
No, you're not answering my question. If white people were killing blacks based on color, you would not feel the same way about it. Why are you being unfair to black people by giving them a way out in doing wrong?
I don't think you are giving I think you're taking this a different direction. I don't care if you're black or white, Jesse. If you give a person opportunity and you teach them the right way,
no, it has nothing to do with opportunity. If they had family, a father and a mother guiding them, and they were boys and girls of character, the opportunities are there. But they lack all those things, and they're blaming they're blaming white people for it because they hear the leadership saying the same thing.
I live in Philadelphia. Half the students do not graduate high school in Philadelphia.
And whose fault is that?
Do not tell me that they have,
Whose fault is that?
There's tons of blame to go around. But if I had to give the most blame, I would give the most blame to the policies that have made these situations.
Joe, when I was growing up, I grew up under Jim Crow laws. More blacks graduated from high school and college then than they are today because they had family, Joe. They didn't have black
And the
leaders.
reason why they had family is because we had policies that demanded you have family.
Joe, I have someone want to speak to you. Can you hold for me?
Sure.
Okay. We're going to let Fred from Compton talk to Joe right after this break.
It's with love and care. It's my house and I live here. I want to tell you it's my house and I live here. Papa don't preach, I'm in trouble. Papa don't preach, I will lose the sea. But I made up my mind, I'm keeping my baby. I'm gonna keep my baby.
Okay, welcome back. Manhood Hour is coming up in the next hour. You do not want to miss. We have an in-studio guest coming up for you. I want to go quickly back to Joe in Philadelphia. Joe, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Fred from Compton want to speak to you. Fred, good morning, sir. You're on with Joe.
Good morning, Jesse. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Yes, sir.
Joe, my mother is a real South Street girl, and I went to Connie Mack Stadium, so I want you to know who you're talking to. But I understand what you're saying, and I understand your frustration. You're trying to talk to Jesse about this, and the reason that you can't really communicate your idea to him is that you really don't have the background information for what you're talking about. Your idea is a smart one. It's a interesting one. There's a certain amount of correctness to it. You're not wrong, but you need to study how this came about and how it survives today. And I would like to tell you how to do that. I'm a real authority on this thing, so what I want to do is...
Real fast, we only have about 2.5 minutes left in this hour.
I'm gonna leave my phone number with Reverend Peterson and his staff there, and I want them to pass it on to you. I don't think you want me to announce it on the radio.
Right.
But I will pass that on to you, and you're welcome to call me. I'm in California.
Real fast,
I'm living
real
in
fast.
Compton
Hey,
here,
Fred,
so
Fred.
it's California time.
Fred,
Don't call me tomorrow morning
Hey,
at 4 a.m. or anything.
Fred, I
Yeah.
want the people to hear your suggestions, so you got to get right to your suggestion.
Well, I just want to pass that on. I just want to pass on to him that he has to learn about what he's talking about. His idea is good, but he's uninformed. So
it appears that Joe, and it sounds like a well-meaning guy, so it's not a
Let me
put
make
down.
my point, guys. Let me make my point.
Joe is trying to excuse black racism.
No, I'm not. Let me make my point. I have a
Okay.
small business. I have 15 employees, and I have demand them to grow. I've watched them grow over the years. I have some employees that are absolutely exceptional. And the reason why they've grown is because I was a leader. I showed them the way. I showed them the right way.
What does that have to do with black racism,
It's the same thing, Jesse. Give them an opportunity, show them the way. The black community with Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, with the white liberals out there, they show them the wrong way.
Well,
That's
all
how
that
come
is true.
They're not succeeding.
All of that is true, and I think we all would agree to that. But what I'm saying, if white people were killing black folks simply because they were black, you would not be saying, well, give white people an opportunity. You would say, hey, this is white racism. This is wrong. This has to end.
Jesse, I see
Is
white
that true or
racism
not?
every day.
Is that
I see
true?
white racism
Stay
every
with
day.
me. Is that true or not?
Yes, it's true, but you're
But
on
why
the
can't you
surface.
do the
You're-
same thing with black racism to white folks, toward whites?
I think we're all equal. and
No, I
think,
said, why can't you be as firm with black racism toward whites as you would with whites toward blacks?
I will be as firm. I will be as firm.
I got to.
I will say this.
Hey guys, call me again. I'm at the top of the hour.